Hello friends, I am from Takshir Yadav. Welcome to my channel Takshir Yadav. So today I have a new topic to discuss with all of you, and that topic is how to find the day on a fixed date. So let's start. But first take a screenshot. Yes. So I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now these are some special codes which are used in finding the day. So let's start. First, take a look at these. These are the days of the week and these are the codes for each day. If you take a look, Sunday has code 1, Monday 2, and like this if we continue, we reach Saturday. But don't make a mistake here that Saturday's code is 7. Saturday's code is 0. And here in this series, we start from Sunday and end at Saturday, and Saturday's code is 0 and Sunday's code is 1. Like this we continue. So these are the days codes. Now comes the month code. What is the month code? Well, these are the months of the year, the 12 months, and these are the 12 codes for each of them. So let's start with each. Here January has code 1, February has 4, March has 4, and like this if we continue, we reach December which has code 6. So what is the trick to remember these codes? Well, the trick is, if you look carefully, the first 3 digits are 1, 4 and 4. And if you calculate 12 square, that is this 12 squared or 12 into 12, we get 144. Thus the first 3 codes for January, Feb and March is 12 square. It is 12 square. Okay. Now this next group 0 to 5. If we again calculate, we get 5 square. So 0, 2 and 5. This is 5 square. This part, I'll draw a line. Yes. So this part is 12 square, this part is 5 square. Now comes the next part, that is 0, 3, 6. Again we have 0, 3 and 6. This refers to 6 square. As 6 square gives us 36, but here in each case we are using 3 digits. That is why we add 0 at the starting. Now comes the last group, which is 1, 4, 6. Actually 1, 4, 6 is not the perfect square, but if we round off, we saw that 12 square is 144, and if we add 2 to 144, we get 146. So thus we have 1, 4, 6, which is 12 square plus 2. So this is the method to remember all these codes. Now you might ask, what are these 2 letters, these 2 numbers? Well, this 12 number code, this code is used when the case is of an ordinary year. What is an ordinary year? The year which when divided by 4 gives remainder more than 0 is an ordinary year. Or we can say which is not divisible by 4 is an ordinary year. So these are used in case of an ordinary year. Right? Now if we have the case of a leap year, in that case the code from March to December remains the same, but the code for January and Feb changes and their code decreases by 1. Here the January's code was 1 minus 1 is 0, so the code of January in leap year is 0 and Feb's code is 3, which is 4 minus 1. So these are the codes of the months, and I have already told you the trick how to remember them. Now comes these 4 codes. What are these? Well, for this we need to understand the concept of leap century. Here I am going to draw this, and now we are going to understand the concept of leap century. What is a leap century? We already know that a leap year is an year which when divided by 4 gives remainder as 0. Now leap century is something a bit like this. Leap century. Leap century. Now we do not need to divide it by 4. Instead we divide it by 400. And if in that case it gives remainder as 0, then it is a leap century. And what are the years which we use as leap centuries? Well, the starting of any century like 1600, 1700, 2000, 2100, etc. are leap centuries. So here these are some centuries, but all of them are not leap centuries. Here only 1600 is a leap century, and every leap century has a code of 6. I'll explain you later why we use the leap century here. When we have the year, whole year with century plus the last 2 digits, why we use leap century or ordinary centuries. Now the century next to the leap century, that is leap century plus 100 years, code is 4, that is 6 minus 2. And if we again add 100, we get 1800. 1600 plus 200, 1800, its code is 2. And the year, the leap century which is just before the next leap century. After 1600, the next leap century will be 2000, and the century just before 2000 is 1900, right? And this is a leap century, and this is leap century, this is leap century minus 100, right? So the code for leap century minus 100 is 0, which is 2 minus 2. So we start with 6 and we subtract 2 to continue. Here 6 minus 2 4, minus 2 2, minus 2 0. And when we get a leap century again, we take the code as 6. So now we will solve some examples to understand the concept better. So I will solve the examples here. If you have any query, please write in the comment box. I will try to reach you as soon as possible. So first we need to take any 2 dates. For one example we will take one date. I will solve 2 examples. So I take the date as 1st January 2040. We can take any year of the future or of the past. So I took the date as 1st century, 1st Jan 2040. So in this case what we will do, first see what the date is. Here the date is first. So write 1 year, write 1 plus. Look at January. Now January is a month which changes codes whether it is a leap year or an ordinary year. Now check whether this is a leap year. If we divide 2040 by 4, we get remainder as 0. Thus it is a leap year. And in case of a leap year, as you know that January has code 0. So we will add 0, that is the month code in case of which year we have. Plus now comes the main part. Here we have 2040. So in case of 2040, what we will do is we will divide it into 2 parts. First is century. In which century is this? So it is in the 21st century, or it starts from 2000. Its century starts from 2000. So this will be the first part, plus this second part is 2000 plus 40. So 2000 plus 40. Now check whether 2000 is a leap century. When we divide it by 400, 2 zeros will cancel 2 zeros. I'll show you. Here these 2 zeros will cancel these 2, and 20 by 4 gives us 5. 5 is the quotient, and in this case the remainder is 0. So it is a leap century, and in this case when we have a leap century, the code is 6. So here the century. Now the second part was 40. First we'll write 40 as it is, and then we'll divide 40 by 4. The second part we'll divide it by 4 to obtain the next part here. So when we divide 40 by 4, we get 10 as quotient. We'll write the quotient. So we have this, and we'll add these all and divide them by 7. So when we add them, we get 1 plus 6, 7, 7, and 40 plus 10, 50. 50 plus 7 gives us 57. 57 divided by 7. Now in this case, earlier we had taken the quotient. In this case, we'll take the remainder. Now when 57 is divided by 7, 7 8s are 56. Now 57 is not completely divisible by 7. We get remainder as 1, and 1 is our answer. Now what we will have to do with 1? Check here which day has code as 1. Here we can see Sunday has code 1. So 1st January 2040 was the Sunday. So this was the first example. Now we'll solve the second example. So we'll take the second example. 21st June 1961. Here we have the case as June, so we do not need to care about whether it is a leap year or an ordinary year, because June's code remains same, that is 5. So now 21 is the date, so we will write 21 as it is. 21 plus June's code, that is 5, plus 5 plus 1961 divided into 2 parts, which is 1900 plus 61. 1900, its code is 0 because it is 100 minus, because it is leap century minus 100. So code 0 plus we have 61 as the second part, so plus 61 plus divided by 4, and we get 15 as the quotient. We do not need to matter about the remainder over here. And now we'll add up these and divide them by 7. So when we add them, we get 15 plus 5, 20, then 41, and we get 102. 102 by 7. So friends, when we divide 102 by 7, we get the remainder as 4. And if we check which day is used for 4 in this table, we get the answer as Wednesday. Thus, on 21st June 1961, the day was Wednesday. So I hope friends you might have learned this code and the method how to find the day on a fixed date. Please like and subscribe my channel if you are new in this channel, and do not forget to click the notification bell to get new videos and interesting ones too.